Hey, I'm back with No Frills Hi-Fi. Today I've got another toy from Fosi Audio. This is the ZA3. This is a stereo or mono amp. You can kind of switch it back and forth. Let's see, so we've got the instructions right here and a power supply. Let me see what that came with. I didn't actually pick this one out. They just kind of sent it to me, so we didn't really talk about a power supply. And this is a 48 volt, which is cool because that's the one that I would pick. The 48 volt, well, the unit itself with no power supply is $109.99. With the 32 volt power supply, it's an additional $20. With the 48 like this, it's an additional $40. I guess the only reason I would buy it without, of course, is if you already have a power supply. Kind of a no-brainer there. But I guess I just don't see much need in the 32 volt. I would probably go for the 48. It's just going to have more power. It's going to sound better. If you've got some really tiny speakers or something like that, maybe you don't need it. That's fine. But I always kind of opt for the higher voltage. It just makes the amp work a little bit less hard. And let's go ahead and get this out and have a look at it. Put all of this back. Alright, so it's got a nice aluminum chassis. I really like the new form factor that they're using here with their stuff. Like I said, this is a stereo / mono amp. You can use it either way. There is a little switch right in the front there. You can switch from mono to stereo. If you're not familiar with that, basically you can use just one of these. I'll show you the connections in the back, but you can connect to two speakers with it. It's 2-channel, no problems at all. If you want to run in mono, if you want to have two amplifiers, you just switch it to mono mode. Connect one of them to the left channel, one to the right channel, and you're good to go. Reasons you might do that, of course, if you have speakers that are more power hungry, you might want one for each. You do typically get better channel separation with that, although these are fully balanced, as you'll see when I show you the connections. So that part of it may not be totally necessary. I can tell you right now, I would love to have a second one of these. They only sent me one. I am definitely a mono amp fan, so I would, if I was buying this for me, I would get two of them for sure. Got the switch up front here to switch from the different inputs of XLR or RCA, and again, I'll show you that in just a second. And of course, you got your volume knob right here. If you're running it from a preamp that has volume, I typically just kind of put it about halfway and try that and see and control the volume with the preamp. So let's take a look at the back. So on the back, you've got these XLR plugs. I love XLR. I'm trying to get more XLR stuff, so I really like that this has that. It's just better channel separation. It's going to sound a lot better than RCA, but I wouldn't disparage RCA. I've been using it for years. That's what I currently use with pretty much everything I've got. So it does have the RCA inputs. It's got a coax input, or I'm sorry, coax sub out. So you can connect a subwoofer to this. Then you've got your speaker out. So this, let me make sure I got this right. So this side is the right channel, this is the left. The right channel is what you use for mono. If you're going in mono mode, you're buying two of these, you're only going to use this channel. It is pretty clearly labeled right there, but just so you know in advance, you're going to be plugging into those only on each one. It does have a 12 volt trigger, which is really cool because if you have another device with a trigger, you just have to turn one of them on. It turns the whole set on. And then we've got the power port. And that's pretty much it. Got little rubber feet here. It's got the orange on the side for the vents. I really do like the orange color that they're using on some of this stuff. If you're using it in stereo, like I was talking about the power hungry speakers before, if you're using it in stereo, it's got 180 watts per channel. If you're using it in mono, it would have 235. So you do get a lot more power when you're running in mono. Oh, and the knob is replaceable. You can get it in either orange or black. And of course, like most Fosi stuff, you can switch the op amps on it. This is really cool. The ZA3 is made to match the ZD3, which is their DAC, digital analog converter. So as you can see, they're pretty much the same form factor. They're designed to go together to match. And I think they did a really good job with these. I really like their new form factor here. I'm not a big fan of stacking amps, so I probably wouldn't actually put that on top when I was using it, although they do look like they cool pretty well, so there's probably nothing wrong with that. But these are definitely made to go together. That's pretty much it. I'll be doing a review where I actually play with this thing, find out what it sounds like. So don't forget to check me out on that, and I'll catch you later. Thanks.